Man, time after time, I am trying to convert a person from a standard American eating to a whole, real food eating, food regimen, dietary regimen. And the patient, they come back to me and they tell me that, they're hungry all the time, or the food they're eating just isn't satisfying. They eat a meal and then an hour later they're starving. Sheesh. It's like, where'd all that food go? Just went right through me. Now, granted, they're not actually starving, but there's no doubt this is real. And their nervous system, it is telling them that, hey, we're not getting what we're used to. We are not satisfied. There's strong signals coming from their digestive tract that we are not satisfied, that the latest food inputs were not sufficient to meet desires. And I find that is imperative in order to keep a person on this road of whole food living, to make sure that the food actually is satisfying as possible. Otherwise, those old habits, those old routines, they're going to crop back up, they're going to creep back in, and there goes the person. They're right back down that pathway they didn't want to be on in the first place. So this is where vegetables, can really shine. And this is especially important if you're on the side of food addiction, because then you're really challenged, right, at changing your lifestyle. And most of us have some level of food addiction. If you think, no, I don't have any food addiction, I suggest, taking a week, a month, and controlling what foods you put in, considering the foods you put in. Take that favorite food that you love eating on a regular basis and wiping it out of your diet for that month. See how easy that is. And then you might consider whether or not maybe food is addicting. Maybe even some good foods are addicting. This is the deal. Vegetables are loaded with water and fiber, both of which promote food satisfaction and this feeling of fullness and satiation. So we do not need to leave our meals feeling, bloated and like, food's just right at the top of our stomach, feeling, overly satisfied, so full. But this is the American standard, and that is how most people are rolling. And if you're changing your diet, you're used to having that sensation. And so it's good, it is desirable that we actually work towards having that same sensation so that we can stay on this path, and not open ourselves up to not being satisfied and then falling off course. So we can use vegetables to manage this. We can give our body that sense of satisfaction, that sense of fullness, literally in our digestive tract, just by that volume of food coming in that's loaded with fiber and water. But it's not just the fiber and water in vegetables that makes them so satisfying. Actually, looking at your plate and seeing a large volume of food, your eyes seeing this large volume of food, that is massively satisfying, and that can promote massive satisfaction from the food we eat before it even touches our digestive tract. I've talked before about how using like an 8-inch or a 10-inch diameter plate versus a 12-inch or 14-inch diameter plate, that can make a big difference for food satisfaction and how many calories we consume at a given meal. And it's like, that strategy doesn't work. It works. It works every time. They do every study they do. It shows it works. People will decrease their overall caloric intake by 10 to 30% per meal, simply by using a smaller plate or smaller bowl. And the same goes for loading your plate up with vegetables. You can make it look. You can cause your body to see and sense this idea that there's a high volume of food on the plate, and so it is already satisfied by seeing that mound of vegetables, and you're literally sending signals to your being saying, "Wow, this is going to be a lot of food I'm about to consume. This is going to be really satisfying. I'm going to be full after this meal, and you haven't eaten anything yet." Isn't that awesome? So many are consuming, colorful boxes and colorful bags of food. I would say pseudo food, actually, but are missing out on the true life-giving colors that are found in fruits and vegetables. And right now, specifically vegetables. When I think about cancer therapy, the first thing that comes to my mind is how many colors could I get in that patient's body. When I think about blood sugar regulation, the first thing that comes to my mind is how many colors, different pigments, different shades of colors can I get in that person's body. When I think about reducing dementia and Alzheimer's and stroke risk, the first thing I think about is how many colors can I get in that person's body. Why would I think that? Because the pigments in vegetable matter, they turn on all manner of genes that promote vigor, vitality, memory, apoptosis, the killing of old cells and cancer cells. They slow angiogenesis, which is vital for mitigating cancer's progression in the body and metastasis. These colors, they promote youthfulness of our endothelial lining, which is the inner lining of our arteries and veins. They're crucial. They play a vital role in reducing brain stress and promoting this parasympathetic, relaxing response of our body that leads to rejuvenation and youthfulness. And so, if we want to have a rested central nervous system, then vegetables have got to be part of what we're doing. If you look at nootropics, which are marketed as things that essentially promote cognition and motivation and desire and capacity to do life at a higher level, guess what? They're basically all derived from plants. These extracts. And you could just be getting a little nootropic dose, every time you eat breakfast, eat lunch, eat dinner, because you're loading up now with a couple handfuls of vegetables. And if your meal seems less than satisfying, or you have a family history of degenerative disease, or say you just want to experience all the benefits that are health accumulation, then it is paramount. Unless you are allergic or you have, massive digestive issues related to vegetables, that you get a couple handfuls, 1 to 2 handfuls of vegetables every time you sit down to eat. And I don't advocate for veganism or vegetarianism. In fact, I think those are way too complex ways of eating to get what your body needs to thrive in life. I'm a huge proponent of eating some meat, even on a daily basis. However, loading up your plate with vegetables is literally saying to your body, "Hey, body, guess what? I like you. I got your back. I'm here to maximize your potential. So I'm gonna load you up. I'm gonna put this massively nutrient dense food on my plate that is massively low in caloric density, and you, body, you're gonna have the opportunity to experience health, vitality, vigor, because I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna take those few extra minutes instead of grabbing that bag of chips, grabbing those crackers, those cookies. I'm gonna get myself some vegetable matter. I'm gonna get myself some kale, some spinach, some broccoli, cauliflower, cucumbers, zucchini, celery, Swiss chard, some other leafy green. I'm gonna put that on my plate. I'm gonna load up on this, and I'm gonna demonstrate to you, body, that I'm for you. And guess what? The body's gonna show up. You're gonna be so much more satisfied with your meal. You're gonna walk away from your meal feeling like, man, I did something good for myself. All right, I'm Dr. Matt. I hope this is helpful. Punch that like button, smash that like button. Let's get this good news of health, vigor, vitality, freshness of life, opportunity to as many people as we can, especially our friends, our family, and those who want it but have no clue the opportunity lies out there, because they're not getting this information. They're just getting lambasted with processed food and friendly, healthy looking signs and figurines and Smurfs, but are completely missing out on what true health, vitality, vigor is, and the true answer to their health opportunity. All right, talk to you guys later.